Call or click and see how easy it is to schedule your windshield replacement today.
Good evening and welcome into the Friday, December 19th edition of the WHKY News. I'm Rob Eastwood. Topping our news today, federal authorities are continuing their investigation into the crash in Statesville that killed retired NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, his family, and 3 others on Thursday. Authorities were trying to figure out who was flying the plane and what caused it to return to the airport soon after takeoff. The Cessna C-550 crashed and caught fire, killing all 7 on board. It had departed Statesville Regional Airport, but crashed less than 10 minutes later while trying to return and land. Flight records show the plane was registered to a company run by Biffle. Investigators from the National Transportation Safety Board were at the airport trying to determine the cause of the crash and why the plane returned. Federal Aviation Administration records show Biffle was rated to fly helicopters and single and multi-engine planes. Also on board was Dennis Dutton. 2 people appear in a federal database of pilot licenses under that name. The crash also killed Dutton's son Jack and Biffle's friend Craig Wadsworth. Highway Patrol said that Biffle's wife Christina and children Ryder, 5 years old, and Emma, 14 years old, were killed in the crash. The National Transportation Safety Board held a news conference today and gave an update on the investigation.
We are analyzing radar, ADS-B data, video footage, witness statements, audio recordings, and more as part of our investigation. We will also begin coordinating wreckage removal as part of our standard investigation process, and we can move the wreckage to a safe location, make sure it's secure, and so we can follow up and conduct further analysis. I can also confirm that our team was able to locate and recover the cockpit voice recorder, the CVR, one of the black boxes from the aircraft. The aircraft, as we know, it only had the CVR, did not have a flight data recorder, nor was it required to have either one of these for this flight. And that cockpit voice recorder is en route back to Washington, D.C. right now to be analyzed. I'd like to ask if anyone in the public has any photos, videos, door camera video, debris, or were witnesses to this accident. We ask that you please contact us via email at witness@ntsb.gov. Again, that is witness@ntsb.gov.
Check our website, WHKY.com, for updates on this story as new information is released. A giant in North Carolina politics passed away on Thursday. Ariana Mack reports.
That's correct, Rob. Former 4-term North Carolina Governor Jim Hunt died Thursday at the age of 88. Hunt served an unprecedented 16 years as governor. The office of his daughter, Lieutenant Governor Rachel Hunt, said that her father died peacefully Thursday at his Wilson County home. Described as a business-oriented progressive, Hunt has been called a giant in state government and influential in the national education reform movement of the late 20th and early 21st centuries. He was first elected to the office in 1976 and, after a constitutional change, became the first North Carolina governor elected to successive 4-year terms. Following a U.S. Senate campaign loss to Republican Jesse Helms in 1984, Hunt's political career resumed 8 years later with a 3rd term at the Executive Mansion, followed by re-election in 1996. I'm Ariana Mack reporting for WHKY News.
Thanks, Ariana. A residence on Lake Norman was destroyed by a fire early this morning, according to the Iredell Free News. Troutman, Shepherds, and Mooresville fire and rescue personnel responded to a garage fire on Kyle Lane shortly before 5 a.m. today. Arriving units found a large, fully involved structure. The fire quickly went to a second alarm, and the Denver Fire Department's boat was called to the scene, along with a call for increased staffing. The South Tanker Strike Team was put into operation, and the published report says tankers responded from Cool Springs, Trinity, South Iredell, Monticello, Davidson, Ebenezer, and West Iredell's fire departments. The Iredell Free News report says firefighters were able to rescue a cat from the blaze. No injuries were reported and the fire was under control shortly after 7 a.m. The home was destroyed by the fire. The cause is under investigation. In today's crime report, a father and daughter have been charged with drug trafficking and firearm offenses by federal authorities. In local sports, Jason Savage reports on the 97th All-American from Lenore University. In community focus, Ariana Mack has a report on the Salvation Army seeking bell ringers as Christmas approaches. We are on over-the-air TV every weekday at 5:30 and 10 p.m. on channel 14.2 and now live at 5:30 on the WHKY YouTube channel and 10 o'clock on the WHKY Facebook page. We're also in multiple cable systems, including Compass in Morganton. I'm Rob Eastwood, and this is the WHKY News.